Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on, YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another interesting, that's not how we do that. For unboxings, we say I've got another short, little unboxing video to share with you guys. Something from Herman. We have actually not taken a look at this model for a bit. This is an interesting variation of knife. I find that Herman has some of the most interesting variations of their models that I have ever seen. Herman does a lot of very interesting laser work, a lot of very interesting anno work, inlay work. He works with a bunch of different materials, and just the choices beyond what we typically see, which is, green, blue, gold, carbon fiber or no carbon fiber, which is fine, right? But Herman is about like 8 steps above that with the variation. So I really appreciate that, and it makes for very interesting content because I never really know what to expect. And this is certainly not a variation of this knife that I expected, but they reached out to me on Instagram and said, what do you think of this? Do you want to take a look? And I was like, I don't know that I've ever seen anything quite like that. So let's take a look at it. So thank you so much to Polish Custom Knives and Herman Knives for sending this in. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and make sure your notifications are turned on for the Metal Complex YouTube channel. So this is a Sting. And if you want to know, if you're considering buying a Herman knife, and by the way, every available Herman knife on Polish Custom Knives, which is a super recommendable website. They are awesome. Buy with confidence. But all of the variations that are available will be linked right down in the description so you guys can check if you want to. The Sting is the most EDC-friendly, most well-rounded EDC-sized knife that they make. I have a Sting in M398, and I use it regularly or semi-regularly in between all the other review stuff, and it's awesome. So this variation is called, and by the way, we have M3, no, this is Magna Cut 6364, okay? Titanium, etc., etc. The specific theme here is Valley of the Kings. Very interested to see what this looks like in person. Oh boy. Oh boy, look at that. That is interesting. This is absolutely the first time that I have ever seen what appear to be like Egyptian symbols, or do we call these hieroglyphics? I'm not really sure. That's the first time I've ever seen anything like that lasered into a knife. Really, really classy job of it, as per usual. We have kind of like a faded gold, I think probably the right color for this theme. Kind of like, not completely faded, but just sort of, I don't know. You know when you watch movies where they depict like that time period? This is kind of the color that everything is. And I don't know if we know that or we just guess, right? I mean, there was a lot of gold and there was a lot of sand. As somebody who grew up in Kansas, United States, was born in 1987 and watched a lot of Disney movies that periodically sort of depicted that time period, that's about all I got from it. There was gold and there was sand, and God was mad. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be offensive to anybody, but that was my, like, as a kid, like that, I was like, oh, okay, I see. God didn't particularly like this area. Like that, that was kind of what everyone, that was kind of what we were taught. So anyways, and I'm not picking on any specific group of people, pointing any fingers or making any non-comical serious statements there. But that's kind of why, that's where my brain goes, and that's why. So anyways, we have the typical build here. So we have the pivot, which by the way, this still comes with a pivot tool, which is nice. We still do the screws that go all the way through and thread into the titanium on the other side, and then they just sort of round them off, which I like. Some people don't like that. I think that's a really classy way to do that. That's fine. They could just, it could just thread into the titanium and stop. These go all the way through, so there's some extra threads. And with them showing through, I think it's pretty classy. They just dome the ends of them, right? Okay. Let's take a look at that blade. Very, very nice. I'm glad that Herman has kind of figured out where they want their standard stone wash to be. This is a very, very good kind of in between. It's not flat. It's not overly reflective. It's kind of just in between, and it'll show or it'll even out those wear marks over time. 6364 Magna Cut on this blade, which is a fully flat ground drop point blade. Man, you couldn't quite ask for a better EDC profile. The one I have is in M398, which is fantastic. I think that is, you know, a cousin to CPM S125V. That's fine. It's not tough, not at all. I think Magna Cut's probably the better, well, probably. Magna Cut absolutely is the better steel in terms of being well-rounded, but M398 will hold an edge substantially longer, so I guess that's more of a preference thing. Still absolutely excellent detent. You can push button it. We can light switch it, which is awesome. The Sting has absolutely phenomenal ergonomics. I can get a full 4-finger grip on this guy. Even though this part here sort of tapers off, I can't say that this is an uncomfortable position for my finger. On the contrary, which is not something that I ever say. I just said on the contrary. On the contrary! That's not, I don't say that. That's not what I say. All right, well, I said it. On the contrary. Actually, pretty comfortable spot there. Still confusing why Herman refuses to do any jimping up here. I think that would be a good idea. I would also love to see Herman at some point do crowned spines, which they can do in combination with jimping, just like we see with, for example, Chris Reeve knives. Like I think on the Sebenza is a great example. And then you can also do a flat zone for the jimping and then a crown spine. Not that it absolutely has to be the case. I just think it would look really nice on these blades. As per usual, Herman minimal billboarding, just the Herman logo, which actually looks pretty good. On the other side, it does say Magna Cut right here. Personally, I would like it if they put the Magna Cut down here, right? It's an interesting font. And then also maybe just the H and back it up right there. Let's take a look at the plunge grind there. Very nice. Where does this meet for the closed position stop pin? Right there. So it doesn't actually go behind the plunge grind. It goes into a little notch right there behind the flipper tab. Flipper tab nicely rounded off. These always appear very sharp to people, but as you can see, very, very nicely rounded off. So handling this now is making me want to go and EDC my Sting. It really is a fantastic EDC knife, and the cutting geometry is just phenomenal. Something that I want to bring up here, because this is a flat ground blade. There's a large group of people who no matter what the blade is, if it's not hollow ground, they go, it would be better if it was hollow ground. And I don't always agree with that. I think it depends on so many different factors. Like number one, what are you going to do with it, right? How hard are you going to use it? What's the blade steel made out of? What is the starting stock thickness, and what is the blade shape? A hollow grind can take a typical geometry or a typical blade shape, right, or like some particular blade shape that might not be particularly good at a certain task, and especially not good at that task because of the starting thickness, and it can reduce the thickness behind the edge to make it better at that thing. But if you're new, especially, or if you've been here for a long time and you just sort of default to this opinion, hollow grind makes everything better, that's wrong. Don't think that, right? A hollow grind can certainly be better circumstantially. And it's also preferential. You'll be fed certain details like this as fact. It's not fact. Many times it's preferential, and many times it's coming from somebody who's not even going to use the knife in a way where a hollow ground blade, like on that particular geometry, would actually make a difference, right? It makes the edge thinner, but this comes with both pros and cons. Something like Magna Cut, right? If you start it thin to begin with, and then you make it even thinner, well, you still have the benefit of additional toughness versus a lot of other compositions with Magna Cut. But again, there's still drawbacks depending on what you're cutting. Personally, if we have a blade stock that is thin enough to begin with, right? A full flat ground blade, sometimes I prefer, especially like on a knife like this, I kind of like the way that this particular blade with a flat grind passes through materials like cardboard. I'm not sure that a hollow ground or a hollow grind on this knife would necessarily make that particular experience better for me, and I kind of like the combination of the flat grind, behind the edge at this thickness with MagnaCut at this HRC. But a hollow grind would make this knife, better at certain things and not as good, or maybe more prone to edge damage in certain circumstances. So I don't know why I'm taking this time to talk about this, and you guys also need to take everything that I say with a grain of salt, because I use knives very, very casually. So somebody who uses knives a lot more or in specific circumstances is going to be able to give you more detail. But whenever we talk about, a knife like this, or, it starts out fairly thin, it's got a nice thin EDC profile. There's a few people who are always like, it's a shame it's not a hollow grind. Preference, right? And circumstantially better performance. Circumstantially better performance is what I'm trying to say there. Anyways, this will likely end up as a giveaway item when I finally do my 750,000 subscriber giveaway, which is now overdue by about 40,000 subscribers. But this is probably going to end up in that prize group, which is cool. And thank you so much to Polish Custom Knives for allowing me to acquire this and then add it to it. Sorry, that's a bad way of putting that. They donated this to the channel and for me to do what I want to do with. That's very, very cool. And then I'm going to give away this knife. So very cool of Polish Custom Knives to do that. Very kind, very generous. One of my viewers will end up with this. So anyways, pretty cool. They have a bunch of different options here for the lasering on their website. So I'll invite you guys to check that out if you want to. That's going to be it from me today, guys. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe, because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.